All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It has been a long time since I made a video, but we are back in the type of meta with certain cards that I like to brew around. I'm a big mid-range player overall, and I love creating decks like that. So with the release of Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler from the most recent set, I've been inspired to start playing around with different Jund builds and trying to make this card work in Standard. All right. So right now, the problem with Standard is the meta. So the meta is not very friendly to mid-range decks. As you can see here, the majority of decks are aggro and then control. So the two ends of the spectrum. So to balance out the aggro, people have been creating control decks. When you throw mid-range decks in the middle of that stuff, it is very unfriendly because now we have to deal with kind of two fronts, right? We have to deal with the very aggressive decks, have the answers for that, and then also deal with the control decks as well. So what I've been doing is I've been creating iterations of this deck. I like to create my decks to have the flexibility to play both best of one and best of three. However, I would probably modify this a bit for the best of three meta. So this is built for the best of one meta to kind of handle all sides of things, and we'll see how it does. All right. So getting back to it, Tyvar here, very powerful planeswalker in a nutshell. It says you may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste as its passive ability, and then you can uptick to untap a target creature, and then you can mill 3 cards and return a creature from the graveyard with converted mana cost 3 or 2 or less. All right, so this card ends up being very, very good. The obvious card in Standard is Blood-Tithe Harvester, being able to take out their creatures right away, being able to tick down and return a Blood-Tithe Harvester from the graveyard to take out their creatures right away. Obvious interaction, very good. But then you need other cards that are decent with it as well. So the obvious one is actually Fable. So being able to activate Kiki Jiki on the turn that your Fable flips is very, very powerful. All right, so that way we can copy Blood-Tithe Harvesters. We could even untap the Kiki Jiki with the Tyvar and use it again in the same turn. So great interaction there. But for other targets for Tyvar here, we have really just 2 others. All right, so the main one is Blood-Tithe Harvester, and then we have a Canker Bloom here from the new set. Can destroy an artifact, can destroy an enchantment, and it can proliferate, add counters to things you have counters on already. All right, so in the control matchups, there are a lot of enchantments that we have to deal with. We have to deal with the opponent's bank busters as well, destroying artifacts that way. Otherwise, it's a 3/2 body, and then the proliferate part is actually kind of nice in this deck because we do have quite a few things that we could put counters on. We have the Fables, which we could add another counter to the Saga, leveling up our Saga. We can add counters to our Planeswalkers, such as Tyvar and Liliana. And we can add counters to our Bank Busters in this deck as well. So the Proliferate can do things in this deck. And so it's not just a wasted body if the opponent targets it with removal. The other creature we're using, and it's been hard to figure out which ones are right, but I'm pretty convinced at this point that the other creature we should be using is Tainted Adversary. All right, especially in the best of one meta. One, it's a 2/3 Death Toucher, so it blocks a lot of the 2/2 red aggro creatures, a lot of the white creatures. It blocks Athalia very well as well. And that Death Touch, it can take out bigger creatures as well. All right, so just playing it on turn 2, not bad. It's a body they have to deal with. However, it can be your win con too with Tyvar. So if you are returning Tainted Adversary from the graveyard, Just pay 3 mana, boom, you boost it up, you get a couple zombies. It's not uncommon to actually have 6 mana available and be able to level this thing up twice, create 4 2/2 zombies, and put twice that many counters on the Tainted Adversary. So definitely a good target for this. I'm running 2 of them in this deck right now, and that seems to be the correct number. All right, talking about the other cards in the deck here. Our 1-drops, all removal. I split them between strangles and cut downs because the cut downs, the instant speed is nice. However, against the control matchups or mono black, it's just not that useful of a card. It can just kind of be a dead card. So hopefully we can get rid of them with our blood tokens and our fables if that is the case. And then our strangles, they hit planeswalkers, which is nice. They hit a lot of 3 toughness creatures such as Graveyard Trespasser and things like that. So kind of split between these two, but we do need a lot of removal for the cheap, efficient removal for the aggressive decks. The tough thing in this meta right now is playing this 1-for-1 game. All right, I'm killing your creature for 1 spell because there's a lot of card advantage built into these aggro decks, mono white and mono red both. Soldiers and mono red both have card advantage built right into it. So really, we're just trying to slow them down in the beginning, slow them down enough where we can actually get our engine going between the Blood Tithe Harvester and the Tyvar. All right, so hopefully that is enough there. Another big challenge is actually, having card advantage. We don't really get great card advantage in these colors right now. So that's why we're running the 4 Bank Busters. Reckoner Bank Buster is just a absolute house. It's much needed against the control matchups to generate the card advantage. Even against the aggro matchups, it's like some of these matchups I've been in before I had the Bank Busters. You're able to slow them down, and then you just flood for 3 turns. They catch up and they kill you. So the Bank Busters are necessary. We're running Sheila Red's Edict over the Go for the Throats in the main so that we can deal with their Planeswalkers if we're playing against the control matchups, because we should have enough spot removal for their other creatures. Blood Tithe Harvester can deal with the bigger stuff, and then the Strangles and Cut Downs should be able to deal with the smaller stuff. And we also have Liliana to potentially deal with one of their bigger creatures. If they cast a Sheila Red on turn 4, we can just play a Liliana, make them sack it. No big deal there. Liliana is also very good against the control matchups, good against the aggressive matchups as well. For the other cards here, got 2 Glissa, just an absolute beast of a card. The First Strike Death Touch is really nice. Can destroy enchantments, can destroy planeswalkers, can draw us cards, card advantage, excellent blocker, something that they have to deal with. And then we have, of course, 2 Sheila Reds on the top end for our creatures as well. Just a very, very good creature overall. Something very hard for mono red to deal with. Gains us that very, very necessary life back, especially with the Fables and things like that. And then on the top end here, 2 Gix's Commands. All right, so this is a way that we can deal with all the tokens on the board. If we're playing against mono white control, we can deal with all the aggro creatures from either soldiers or mono red, and we can also gain life with this, which is nice, and make them sacrifice their Sheila Red or something like that. And we can also bring back our Sheila Reds and our Glissas if they do die, since Tyvar cannot bring those cards back. So that is everything in a nutshell. Let's hop into some games and see how this deck performs. Okay, we got game 1 against Lars here. Our hand looks pretty decent. We need to draw another land, but we got some moves to make in the meantime. Play out the Blackleaf Cliffs. Keep Cut Down available. Kamano, of course. Okay, we got some good removal. I think that we'll just play out the Bank Buster here. The Harvester. I think it's mono red here. I like their lands. These mountains are pretty. What do you want to do, bud? Do you want to kill the Harvester or play a Swift Spear? There you go. Now, you could have attacked first and waited for the block, potentially, but he wants to get the 3 in, so. Another Blackleaf Cliffs. We could obviously play the Fable. However, we got to just get this Swift Spear off the board here. Then we could play out the Harvester here as a possibility. We still do have Cut Down available. It does draw out more removal. Be dealt damage by a source you controlled. Exile it instead. We already have one Harvester in the graveyard at this point, so it's probably fine if this one gets exiled. Because then if we draw a land next turn, we can hold the Cut Down and have Fable. Put our Fable down. So if they Lightning Strike this, that's fine with me. They're going to be incentivized to kill it as well, because otherwise we just pick off whatever creature they have. Wow, ballsy. I will definitely make that block. Another Kumano, okay. We got land, but not land we're really hoping for, but still a good turn to Fable here. Now, if they play a Feldon, they do not. Okay, so the Phoenix Chicks are going to be a little annoying for us, especially if they get a... I think that we ditch this Sheila Red's Edict. It's just not that good. And the land. Okay, good. More cut downs in Liliana. I'm a fan of that. However, we won't have access to double black to protect Liliana. I mean, they might not throw everything at it, though, is the thing. So we can't, like, cut down, unfortunately. And they're just going to sacrifice... They're just going to sacrifice the 1/1 Phoenix Chick, right? So, let's just wait. Get these cut downs off. Okay, I mean, I'll take a lightning strike on the that's great. Okay, something like Shield Ride would be great. I think we still just kill this Phoenix Chick. Just get everything off the board here, right? Could just tick up too, which actually would not be a bad idea. We can't get rid of this land then with our token, but I think it's probably fine. They got some clunky stuff in hand, clearly. It's all spells, so. And then we're going to get rid of their last card, which is great. So it's definitely the right move there. And I think that we, let's see if we can play something here. Let's get rid of this Forest, Carplusion. Another Liliana. So we could just get rid of everything, right? And we kind of picked them apart here. Okay, it's a Squee. It's a Squee, which is not great. So we'll hold back the Reflection to block it. Squee is a problem for us. We don't really have any way to exile things. They're not going to play it. That is so bizarre. Like, they could just play it again the next turn, too. I think that was a definitely a mistake on their part. Okay, great. So Tyvar here. And now we have the engine going because we can bring back a harvester at this point. So let's bring back a harvester. We will... Could obviously copy it right now, but then we have to block with the other one, right? Otherwise, Tyvar is just dead. I didn't really think of that. So we could actually just tick down with the Lily. Let's do that. Tick down with the Lily, and then we'll wait to copy it, and then we can block the token and the squee at that point if they bring them both back. And they have to, so we gotta do something. And we looked like we took over this game for the most part. So just how we drew it up, looks like. Our token will block the squee, and then that will block that. GG's, dude. Awesome. All right, got our first dub. All right, we go first. This hand is garbage. This hand's also garbage. This hand is good, but we have to put back 2. You. Man, is it really the shield right at this point? I have no idea what we're playing against. Could just be a land, right? Can't be a land, can it? Is like the edict even that good? Probably not. Bankbuster will carry us home here, hopefully. Yikes. Okay. Playing against soldiers here on the double mull with no removal in hand. Not looking good for us already. That's magic for you. Okay, let's get down our Fable. Hopefully we can draw into some removal. Perfect curve per usual with soldiers, as they always do. That's why it's the best deck. Okay, we could get, I think we could get the Shield Red down. Tyvar actually just is not good here. Neither is a land. So let's pray for not another Brutal Cathar here. Siege Veteran is annoying, but fine. The Shield Red and the Bankbuster can gain us life. Hopefully find us the things we need to get. Like a Gix's Command would be ideal. Question is, do we play, do we draw with the Bankbuster right now? Because if they take out the Shield Red, then that's pretty bad for us, but I think we have to. Okay, just lands. Fantastic. Now they're going to play two cards because we, with this deck, just when you need something, it won't ever give it to you. They're going to play 2 spells. They're going to take our Sheila Red. Oh god. Okay, well we're probably just dead, honestly. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands on the double maul, no removal against soldiers. Yeah, GG, bud. Thanks, Magic. You just you didn't attack. What are you, stupid? They all have flying. Oh, that's not. It wasn't a soldier at that point. I think that we just do. Let's gain our life here first. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Magic the Gathering. You do a fantastic job at making this this game really, really fun here. So let's go ahead and concede this. That game was not winnable by design. So it's just the way it goes sometimes. So 1-1. All right, we go first. We're getting lucky on that front. This hand looks pretty good. Let's give it a go here. So we'll get that Proving Ground down first. Then we'll probably play out an adversary, especially against this deck. Blackleaf Cliffs, adversary. Okay, we're playing the Infect deck, or Toxic. Okay. Okay, yeah, all right, fantastic. Yeah, okay, the only good card in their deck, and they got 3 of them. Like, this deck actually sucks without those cards, so let's punish them. We got the Gix's Command as well. We just can't die before that happens. It's like every time they target those things, or anyone does, then we're getting a bunch of poison counters, so... Okay. Canker Bloom. Really unfortunate draw there. Only 2 in the deck. Did not want to see that. Might even be worth it just to Tyvar. It can't be, right? We have to just hope for the land next turn and not die this turn. See if that's possible. We can take out the Annex Sentry, which is pretty cool. Because it is an artifact. Yep. Okay. Would love to see the Gix's Command next turn. Okay. We need the Gix's Command next turn. So I don't want to, if they don't attack, I don't want to take out the Annex Sentry because the Gix's Command will give us our harvest, or I mean our adversary back. They'll probably just scoop if that's the case. We're already at 5 toxic. They haven't even attacked, and we're almost dead. This card is unbelievably good, but only if they draw it. Otherwise, this deck is just garbage. Okay, did not draw the land. Shouldn't expect to ever. So, I mean, we're just playing out the shield right here. Maybe a land would be great. Okay, we got blockers. I mean, we're just going to chill. I mean, it's just making our Gix's command that much better. If we can ever draw the 5th land, we will see. For fuck's sake. Just so we don't die, I think we have to take this out. Okay, all their creatures have lifelink. See what they do here. I mean, we have the other Sheila Red. Let's destroy their hive here. Land. Yes. All right, here we go. That can return 2 creature cards to hand. Don't have to, though. I think we're just going to do the lifelink. Boom. That was enough for them. Duh. Okay, 2-1 with one. Our one loss so far is just, it was unwinnable. It was just by design. Couldn't have won against the bot in that lost match. So far, I mean, the deck is like, you know, it's just really challenging to play a mid-range deck in Best of One in Standard right now, but this version seems to be doing pretty all right. Okay, mono red again. An okay hand for mono red. I mean, the double shield red is pretty good for our life gain potential. Hopefully we stop drawing lands, though. Okay, bunch of Kumanos. Not ideal. Definitely just getting out the adversary here. Just getting our blockers down. Protect the life total. Make them use their removal. Fable. It's different. Okay, we have a Fable of our own. I like that. Or do I just like the Sheila Red first? Because then we can play our Fable and gain all that life. It's probably correct. And then they have to take 2 here. Okay, so they're not mono, they're like big red or something. They're just playing Kumanos. What a bizarre card to be playing. So I'm actually not going to block with the harvester because I can use the harvester to take one of those out and then strangle the other. But then how do we deal with the Kiki Jiki is the issue too. I definitely want the harvester in the graveyard, however, because I think we'll just play the shield red here. Save the land for the Fable. Hellkite. Okay, a bizarre list they got here. Okay, do they even have any instants or sorceries is the question. Are they out of their mind? Okay, we get to gain a bunch of life. Hopefully draw a Tyvar, which we did not. And good luck to them. So they have a, well, I mean, we have to block here, right? Gain more life. The shield red just really an absolute house here. And we'll just continue to do our thing. Gain more life next turn. Okay, so they have another instant or sorcery. I mean, we kind of just need to take this thing out. So I'm sorry, Shelly, but you did your job here. Okay, we got to ditch these two lands. Hopefully we can draw some action. There's some action. Later, brother. Good game indeed. Cool. All right, so 3 and 1 at this point. I'm still really tilted about that one loss. You know, it's like, I mean, that kind of crap happens all the time, but still just makes me angry. Let's hop back in there. So that was a weird red deck. I don't know what the advantage of playing that deck over just regular mono red would be. So maybe get some redemption against soldiers here. Number 446, he's probably playing soldiers, right? So with that in mind, Gliss is very good against soldiers. Cut down is good. The adversary is good. I mean, yeah, looks like a good hand. So okay, mono red, still a good hand for mono red, especially with drawing that strangle there. Let's take this guy's rank down a notch, you know? Okay. Okay, so I like the strangle into a cut down here. Into a glissa. Problem is glissa is dead to strike. So we could play the Harvester or the Adversary. Instead. Or we can play the Harvester and Adversary the next turn. So it's probably that. So let's make him strike it. Glissa won't be that good in this matchup here, but at least she'll eat a spell. No Boseiju in this deck, even though it's the best of these lands. Just having that green source, only tapping for green, is so bad. So no attacks is interesting. I think we can draw. Let's just beat him. Sheila Red. All right, they're going to have a hard time with that. Bada bing. Good luck, bud. See ya. Okay. All right. Took his rank down definitely a notch, and we are now in the rankings, which is great to see. Okay, so now we are, what, 4-1? So that's 5 games. Let's keep going, having fun with this. Still a pretty short video at this point. Especially when you're playing it on 1.5x speed, as I hope you guys are. All right. They're going first. We got to cut down. We got some Harvesters. Maybe they're playing Control. The Fable is keeping us in the game then at that point. So it looks like Toxic or the Mirror. Or the Fight, I mean, the Fight deck or whatever. Fight My Obliterator. Which is kind of scary. At least with our hand. So they had something to play there. There was some stick. 1 mana instant. I don't know what that would be. With no creatures on the field? Gets 3/2 as long as there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard. So they're probably playing a Tyvar deck here as well. This is an interesting card for a Tyvar deck. That could be a house. I mean, a 4/4 for 2 mana. Let's slow them down on that front. Let's get our Harvesters online here. Take out whatever they have next, because we have another Harvester. Anything with 4 toughness or less, which should be the case here. A lot of pain lands here, so they're going to be taking some damage on that front. All right. Underdog. So definitely a Tyvar deck, it looks like. And this is a route that a lot of people have went. I started going this route with some of my decks as well, where you're trying to fill the grave with creatures, 2-mana creatures that are good. It's just tough to play against the meta. I mean, I love that style of deck. It's just very tough to play. So with this in mind here, let's go ahead and get our Fable down. And we'll just hold back. We'll just hold back at this point. We could have also got the Glissa down. They may have removal for that. I'd like to draw into a Tyvar or something of that nature. So maybe we can bin a Harvester in the land and Draw to some action. Okay, nothing here. So I'm probably interested in binning a harvester, and probably just a harvester, because then I can strangle attack, get Glissa out. Life is good. So play this, strangle. Okay. Oh, it has hexproof as well. Okay. So no attacks on our end there. So let's just play the Glissa. I mean, a Tameo safekeeping on an underdog, something that you can return from the graveyard anyway. Whatever. Better that than a Sheila Red or something. They're stuck on lands too, so. I'm probably interested in playing this other Harvester first in case they give it a counter. I am going to try to remove it here because I don't want to run my Glissa into it if they have another safekeeping and then lose my Glissa. So let's just draw it out of them first. Very rude, but understandable. Okay, these blood tokens can get rid of these other two lands here. They're unnecessary. So they are the fight deck. I'm not sure what the kind of deck they are here, to be honest. Looks like they're the fight deck. They got those spells, the fight spells. Tail swipe. Another underdog. Totally fine. Let's draw into some action and just kill them for, you know, punish them for not having anything. Why did we lose rank? Why are we only 99% when we were just 1400 and we didn't lose anything? This game is scamming me. At this point, I don't mind using all of our blood tokens because we can just copy the Harvester with the Kigejiki. Okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I think we'll just definitely do that. Okay, another safekeeping. Hilarious. We'll make you sacrifice it. And then I'm going to just attack with the... that thing, whatever you call it, so I can keep my Bankbuster up and protect the Lily in case they bring back the... they draw their fourth land finally and get their Tenacious Underdog online. That way we can block with the Harvester, protect Lily, or block with the Bankbuster rather. There they are. Okay, Sheila Red. It's fairly good in this spot. Not anymore. Okay, so we're definitely ticking up. We can get back our Glissa and a Harvester. Gix's command very good here. Okay, there's their Invoke Despairs. Yeah, that would have been bad for us, right? So I think then okay, return and each perfect. Draw 2 and destroy their Sheila Red. Pretty good. Now we have a Lily online if they play another. I mean, like, why are you even playing that is my question. And we won't even use the Lily here, I don't think. Well, we actually have to get our Harvester online here, so that's fine. Destroying an Obliterator is great. And now let's swing. And they are almost dead. And they're dead. Awesome. I mean, absolutely crushing it right now. 5-1 at this point. There's our ranking back as well. A couple questionable decks that we've played against. Maybe that's to make up for that absolutely atrocious loss that Magic cheated us out of, or that atrocious, yeah. So, cool. Let's do one more, and then we'll review the deck here for best of one. Okay, hand looks pretty good. Blackleaf Cliffs. These fast lands are so good. You're probably interested in a Lily here. Okay. Probably interested in a Fable at this point then. Playing Control, it looks like. We need to find some of those, I can't remember the name of it, the Shamble thing, the thing that destroys artifacts and enchantments. Okay. That's a turn they're not drawing with the Bank Buster. Cut down Fable. Because if I don't draw a land, I'd still like to play the Blackleaf Cliffs to get... Okay. So, at this point, do we just play out the Shelly? I think we do. They're going to want to draw... Okay, Lily was a really good draw, or a really good play for them. It's a shame we don't have anything. Get rid of the Copperline Gorge here. Fine. Unless they play something with 3 power. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're kind of screwed. Didn't really have great choices for things to play. In retrospect, probably should have kept that other Fable. To draw into the cards we needed. So right now, what we want to see is... see if they tick up. They do not. They're scared to. Okay, another Tyvar was absolutely atrocious. It's Huck and Pray. And we miss. All right, fantastic. Phyrexian Arena, I mean, we're just getting absolutely crushed here. Did not get any of the cards we needed to. That discarding that other Fable was definitely a mistake. Adversary. Pretty good. The problem with it is they're going to have 3 new cards. If I don't tick it up, then man, that's ugly, huh? I honestly think it's Tyvar tick down. Play the Adversary on 2. Get rid of our hand here. Huck and Pray. Okay, there we go. We got a Blood Tithe Harvester there. Still not looking like a very winnable game at this point. You know, potentially if we got the Cankersaur, whatever it's called. But yeah, right now is a little ugly. So they're gonna draw. They're gonna draw. They got a Lily tick down and probably removal. They probably want to keep their Lily though. What would be good for us? I don't even know. Bankbuster. If I was them, I probably would have just got rid of that unless they have Invoke Despair in hand. So if they tick down Lily, we get rid of the Harvester because the Adversary can block the Bankbuster. Not like we are particularly that interested in keeping our Tyvar at this point, but okay. Harvester. Sure. It did their double black, so they can't even play another Lily. Great auto tapping there. Yikes. Okay. Not looking good for us whatsoever. We have 4 Bankbusters, and in a match like this, you don't draw them, you lose. I mean, we'll keep playing it out, but it's just everything looks horrible. We can do this all day. If they have an Invoke Despair, it's just game over. Do they play any white cards? Urza's Silex.
One of your friends has to leave.
Gix's command would not be the worst, I guess. That's okay. It's just not good enough, though. Yeah, we're going to just scoop this one up. We're not going to waste anyone's time anymore. Okay, so 5-2. 5-2. I don't like ending on a loss. So hopefully we don't go on a losing streak here, because I want to get another dub here before we wrap up the vid. We'll see. I mean, if this will just be the last game in general, unless it's awful, then we have to play another. But if it's an okay game, preferably we win, then we'll wrap this video up. Opponent goes first. I mean, we have removal in Sheila Red's Edict. We have a Bank Buster. They have Karn sleeves, giving me control vibes. Ah, man. No red, though. It's really spooky. Keep. Never punished. Okay, let's get our Bank Buster down. Fable. That was pretty good. I like just the Bank Buster draw. Was that pretty nice, bud? Okay, they're playing Angels. All right. Card is annoying. Okay. Extraction Specialist. As long as you control Extraction Specialist, can't attack or block. Card is good. But is it?
Nobody knows, Domino. Sacrifices must be made.
All right. We'll take it. They can't handle the heat. Get out of the kitchen, bud. All right, 1370. We will end this video on a 6-2 win streak, even though it says up there we have 3 losses. That was a game I played before I started the match here, just to test the audio out, make sure everything was good and sound. All right, so let's go back and take a quick look at our deck list again here. Move my big head out of the way. All right. And, you know, basically, this is the deck's doing pretty good at the moment in best of 1 right now. I'd be interested to try this exact same build in best of 3. My hunch is that the strangles and cut downs will not be as good. But overall, you know, I kind of built this deck to be able to handle everything. You know, is that you know, we're trying to, that's really what mid-range is meant to do, is be able to just kind of balance the meta out, right? So right now the meta is very heavily focused on aggro and control. We're sitting somewhere in the middle. If we have the right tools to deal with both of those, then, you know, hopefully with the right card draw and things like that, we can do so. And this seems to be the Tyvar build that is working the best for me in best of 1 competitive standard at the moment. I've done a lot of different iterations with this build, and there's a lot of different directions you can take it. You know, if the meta shifts, there's probably room to make a total creature build where you're milling creatures, you're playing that Tarmogoyf thing, things like that. But for right now, this seems to be the route to go. So thanks for tuning in. Happy to make another video finally for you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.